Hi guys, so today's question is how did society benefit from geology? And so let's talk about what is geology first. And geology is the physical structure and history of the earth. And that word geology is like a blanket term that's used to describe multiple groups of related things. Underneath this blanket term are several umbrella terms that cover a broad set of items that all fall under a single common category. And 9 of the most common umbrella terms are structural geology, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's the structure of rocks and other aspects of Earth's crust. And second is sedimentary geology, and that's rocks that are formed by sediment that's been placed or arranged in a certain format to create this now rock. 3 is geochemistry, studying the chemical composition and alterations of solid matters on Earth's crust. 4, geophysics, which means like meteorology, oceanography, seismology studies. 5 would be petrology, which works with the origin, structure, composition, and alteration of the rocks, especially the mineralogical and chemical composition. 6 would be paleontology, and that's the study of life in all forms that lived in a prehistoric time. 7 would be hydrology, and that's where we found groundwater. We know how it occurs, how it distributes, and 8 would be oceanography, and that's exploring and studying the ocean and the water and the life that lives within the water. 9 would be petroleum geology, which tells us when and where gas fields can be found, where the movement is happening, how much is in that area. Now, of these 9 groups, I personally like paleontology and oceanography the most. I believe the least amount that's been studied so far would be oceanography. So there's a lot that can be found that I'm sure will be beneficial. But all of them have helped build society today. 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water, and of that 71%, 96.5% of this water belongs to the ocean. Less than 5% of the ocean water has been explored so far. So it's hard telling what we can find there until we start looking. So the ocean is super important because it drives the weather, it regulates the temperature, and ultimately the water is supporting every living organism on Earth. But I think that the portion that has really helped society today would be the petroleum geology because, well, as you know, several wars have happened over oil and petroleum, and every aspect of our lives pretty much runs around the use of oil. Our cars, heating our homes, the land that we live on, like the pipelines, not to get on a touchy subject here, but the pipelines, are a big, huge argument because we can find it in the ground, but then to pull it out of the ground, there are several complications that go on with this. Is it going to be safe for the environment around it? Is it going to be safe for the people living in that area? Who does the land belong to? So a lot of times we'll have to do this petroleum geology to not just find the original source, but where else has it maybe gone down to so that we're not stepping on native lands, and we can maybe shift it a little bit, to not exactly put the pipeline on their land, but still get the same oil from that area just through a different spot down the way a little bit. So I think that that's a very important topic, and I think that sorry. I think that this is going to be something that every person looking for a geology degree should maybe think about looking into. Anyway, it's been fun. Have a great day.